scent checking this, or maybe even visually checking it. It's pretty open. He's gonna sit here. Welcome back, everyone. In this video, I'm in the swamp. And the reason I'm in this swamp is last year I ran a camera on a couple scrapes about 150 yards up. Two cameras on 2 scrapes. And right around October 1st or 2nd, I started getting some bucks coming to these scrapes. Those 3 really mature bucks, older deer, bigger bodies, mass, and they were hitting the scrapes just at gray light or a little after dark. So I wanted to find out where these bucks could be coming from, because I hunted that scrape a few times and never seen them. And this swamp pretty much comes up right behind where those scrapes are. The scrapes are about 80 yards apart, so I'm trying to narrow down where these bucks might be coming from. And I do believe it's in this section of swamp. And this is my second time in here trying to find bedding, and I haven't found nothing really. I found a bunch of doe bedding, which is nice, but I'm looking for an early October spot, mid-October spot, try and get one of these bucks coming up to the scrape. So I've been searching, and not having much luck. And this morning, well, it's afternoon, whatever time it is, I'm coming down, and I don't know if you can see in there, see where the backpack is. That's a bed. Hasn't been used in a while, which is good. It's not a shedding bed or a wintering bed. I had to pull some leaves up to find some deer hair, but it's a prime spot where one of these bucks could be bedded. It's relatively flat. It's one of the flatter pieces of high ground in the swamp. Most of these, here we go. Is that better? Most of these islands where these trees are on, it's really steep, and there's a few here and there's one over there where it looks like a buck could be bedded in that possible time frame. All right, swamp buck bedding takes $6 million. Sitting in the buck's bed, sitting here, I can see where there's brown hair in the bark. That leads me to believe this buck is facing this way towards the camera, and that is, by my compass, a west or northwest wind going this way. Knowing this and knowing mature buck behavior, I'm most likely going to come in downwind. And as a lot of people that follow me know, I love hunting mornings. I know where he is in the evening, but with this swamp and a little bit of elevation change, the thermal pull is just nuts. It's very difficult in the evening to get anything consistent wind-wise or thermal-wise. So in the morning, I find in the swamps I have a better chance at a steady wind and a better thermal. So northwest, west going this way. It's kind of real open in here. It's open this way, and it's kind of open over this way. There's a thin strip of thick stuff right here. I'm assuming this buck is most likely going to come in from this way, either here or here. Like I said, mature buck behavior is pretty much, they don't really deviate from it. Not saying that they won't, but they're usually consistent. Going to scent check the bed, come in. Now, there's a lot of little pockets that this buck could be coming in from. If I get too far away, say 60, 70 yards from this bed, I personally feel I'm out of the game. So I'm going to get within 40 so I can shoot pretty much into this bed. If this buck comes from this way for some strange reason, I'm going to be 40 yards this way. I can arrow him going in. If he's coming from this way, 40 yards in, I can arrow him coming in. Or if he comes up this thick stuff, I can pretty much shoot him relatively closer shot. I love shooting deer coming back to bed in the morning. And like I said, the goal was to find bedding in the swamp for morning sits. And I do believe this is the bed that I have a good chance of killing deer at. So I'm gonna show you that rub and give you a quick view on where I would probably set up a stand to shoot at this deer. All right, so the camera's pretty much in the bed. We got a rub right here. not exactly the biggest tree. It's a tree that moves. So it's kind of hard to get a gauge on just how big this buck was or is, could have been. But it's a good indication that this is a buck bed. Those scrapes are up there. That buck's bedded there. Wind's rolling over his back. He's most likely watching his back trail, however it might be, in this general direction. And now for me, I want to be able to shoot into this bed. So I'm going to pick trees out 40 yards in this direction, going this way. And I can see a few trees that look great for possible kill tree. So let's walk over some of these trees. I'm going to leave the backpack sitting in the bed and get an idea of how I set up or try to set up one. Shoot a buck in the swamp. Yeah. Alright. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get home. I'm trying to break this down in just in one take. Now, I just left the buck's bed. It's right at the bag. Now, I'm gonna go down this way. 40 yards straight downwind of this buck's bed. All right, now I'm about 40 yards, and actually sitting here, I think I need to get a little bit closer to his bed. Now 40 yards puts me, you can't even see the bed anymore, and you add some leaves, you add some saplings, some growth, briars. I don't think this is the spot. I think I need to be probably 30 yards off of that bed on a more of a crosswind. Now, coming up here, you can see it's really thick. And I do believe if that buck is coming in downwind, that's where he's going to be coming from. Now, let's just say he doesn't come in from downwind. He comes in more of a crosswind, this way or this way. If I'm here, I'm pretty much out of the game. So I need to increase my odds, and by that I gotta get closer and hunt this on a more of a crosswind style. So that's gonna put me in a spot that is over here, probably in this general location. That puts me about 25 yards from the bed. I can barely see the bag, but if he comes in from downwind here, like I'm good, I can cover him from here. But if he decides to come in from the bed from this way, I can still get a shot at him. And if he comes in from, let's just say over here, I can get a shot at him. It's a super aggressive technique. I don't really recommend it, as it fails more than it succeeds. But when you have success doing it, man, there's nothing like it. Watching that buck come back into bedding, not knowing you're 20 yards away from him, and just letting him have it. So I'm pumped, excited for this spot. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the video, and until next time.